Hello dozens, welcome back. It's literally the same day as I filmed the Defa Lucy video, but the new releases are coming and they're coming fast. In this video, I've got a Bratz Play Sportz doll. These finally popped up on Walmart.com. I was able to get the one and only Bratz Play Sportz that I wanted, and it's the Yasmin and the Gymnastics one. We'll go into more detail about why this is the one I wanted while I'm trying to get her out of the box, because we know it will take a while and we might as well be entertained in the process. These have been popping up all over Europe, all over Australia. We've probably seen them, we know them, but I'm pretty excited about her, and you'll find out why soon enough. I did mention it in another video. But at the end of this video, we'll be taking a look at her display, which will be in my Ita bag. So if you're interested, make sure you stay tuned until the end. There's no time like the present, and the present is, of course, 10:45 at night because I'm just getting home from work. So let's take a look at her. We've got the classic Bratz sort of trapezoidal box here. This is a slim box. This is a budget doll. I paid the retail cost of $15 for her, just under like $14.97 or something. But you know, with the shipping and the taxes and the fees and blah, 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 she came in at about $20. So the box, the top says Yasmin in a yellow shade. She's got a pretty blue box that matches a pretty blue leotard. It says each Bratz groove is a different sport here. And at the bottom, we've got Bratz Play Sportz, gymnastics star, only a girl with a passion for fashion. And we've got some really cute artwork of Yasmin on the side there. Cute. It's a cute box. It's appealing. And the back of the box looks as so. Of course, these are like semi-reproductions from back in the day, but they're somewhat different. They're probably lesser quality, let's be honest. And on the back it says Bratz Play Sportz. These girls got game. Okay, work. And then there's more art of Miss Yasmin here. It's cute. It's not my favorite Bratz art style, if I'm being honest. I like the sort of more edgy one. And it says, stand back, because the Bratz are rocking their all-time favorite sport. Showing the world you could win the scoreboard and the style game. I love a fashionable sporty girl. I am a fan of loungewear, and it's best if I can find it fashionable. I'm pretty sure I had scissors, but the dog might be on them. Can you get up? You're laying on the scissors. This is danger. Danger. She's very needy because I just got home and now she's sitting in my lap, which she actually never does. She hates being constrained and in my lap, even when I want her to be. And it's best not to force them. If you didn't know this about me, which I don't think I ever talk about on this channel, I'm also a certified dog trainer. I used to have this really mean dog. His name was Salty. He liked to bite. He didn't actually like to bite, he hated to bite. But he was my precious boy, and I lost him about 5 years ago, and I got this perfect girl who's the nicest dog you've ever met. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. You know, Salty was in a Bergdorf Goodman ad. I'll link it down below. It's a pretty old video, but it's still up on YouTube. My boy was a star. But anyway, let's crack into her. It's gonna take forever because it doesn't matter how budget the MGA packaging is, it's always an ordeal to open. And we'll get into my fondness for gymnastics. Is it a fondness? I'm not really sure, but I was a gymnast. I was a gymnast from the age of about 5 years old to the age of about 13 years old. My gymnastics career ended when I got a really bad ankle injury that I'm pretty sure fucked up my leg for my entire life. Left leg has always been weak ever since that ankle injury, and I spent 2 years in PT trying to fix it. And that also goes back, of course, to my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I feel like I mentioned that in the Defa Lucy video, and a lot of people are like, oh no, I'm so sorry. But you don't understand what it's like to live with Ehlers-Danlos unless you live with Ehlers-Danlos. You kind of just get used to it. Like, yeah, I've got a floppy body. All my joints are too loose. Yeah, my body hurts all the time. I didn't even realize my full back was in spasm until the doctor was like, oh, your full back is in spasm. Didn't even notice, didn't feel bad. It's felt bad in the past, didn't feel bad. So that's like an interesting tidbit about Ehlers-Danlos. And of course, as a child, when you do gymnastics, especially during the period I did it back in the 90s and early 2000s, there was like a heavy focus on flexibility and not so much strength, which is the issue. If I had done gymnastics now, they put a lot of more focus on strength, which probably would have helped me instead of hurt me, but I feel like the gymnastics actually just exacerbated my Ehlers-Danlos, which of course wasn't diagnosed until I was in my mid-20s. And it's something that you can't really diagnose for sure because it's genetic testing, and whose insurance is gonna cover that, right? But it's pretty obviously diagnosable by certain stuff. Like I got hypermobile elbows, hypermobile wrists, I can do this finger thing that I saw on the internet. My neck goes too far back. It's too stretchy, basically, and what that means is that my muscles around all the stretchy areas have to be extra strong in order to like maintain like wellness. And I hate working out, so there's the trouble. Also, I work a very active job, and this is another thing I mentioned in my last video, that people were like, oh, I'm so sorry you're losing your job. No, that's not the way it works. This is the nature of my business. I work in theater on Broadway, shows open, shows close. That's the business, and that's the way my whole life has always been. I'll open a show, it'll run for 6 months, it'll close. Maybe I'll have some time off in between, maybe I won't. But another job will come round next season. I'm not concerned about it, I'm not worried about it. That's just the business. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit more detail about my life and my general wellness, which you know has always been questionable. But we're moving in the right direction here. You do have to cut both sides of the packaging to get these dolls out. And then this thing also like holds them in. I love the strap detail because I just think it's cute and fun, but it's like functionally a nightmare. And she's removed from her outer packaging. I feel like I've really got the technique down now, you know? I've opened enough Bratz at this point to understand at least how the technique works. We've got T-ties and this stupid ribbon. Real gymnasts don't use ribbons. That's a ribbon gymnast. Do they still have that? Well, her pants kind of have a pull on the front. That's a little bit disappointing. But Lord knows I'll probably not be able to get another one. We're just gonna keep it. She's working out in these pants, and that's the way it is. I did watch one review of these dolls. It was by Dripped in Plastic. I didn't watch the one with this doll in it. They had 2 separate reviews because I got all of the dolls at 2 separate sort of times. I didn't want their opinions to become my opinions, but it did seem like the quality was like a little bit on the lacking side. And of course it is a budget doll, but that doesn't mean we want them to be like not great. And since she's gonna live in a bag, that's gonna be her display. She'll probably get kind of trashed anyway, which is why I thought it was appropriate to put a budget doll in a bag. First accessory, which is truly useless to me, is this little gold trophy. I'm really happy for Yasmin that she is an award-winning gymnast, but like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, honestly, does it even have any detail on it? No. It should have come with like stickers or something so you could decorate it. It looks like it should. Guess I can make them myself. Just kidding, I'm not that dedicated to that. Here's her silly little ribbon. It's on a silver post here. It's got a little handhold. It's literally stitched on there with like 1 stitch. Like a kid plays with this once, it's gonna fall apart. But it's got 2 different ribbons on here. I might even just like tear this apart and use it for parts. But a blue one and a pink one. Yay. Yeah. These new Bratz dolls have had a really slow rollout in the United States, and it has to be because the importing of goods is more difficult, right? Which is like kind of disappointing because like I just keep seeing them and it makes me want them, and then I can't have them, you know? I can't get her feet out of here. It's like, why? Why? I saw this trick on Dripped in Plastic. They just pulled the legs off the feet, and then it was easier to get the feet out. If you didn't watch their review, I'm passing that wonderful information on to you. Anything to make the unboxing experience a little bit easier. I mean, I understand like the idea of a budget line and like it's meant to be cheap and like, you know, not the greatest of qualities in order for like a wider range of people to be able to afford dolls, but I think it's funny that the sports dolls have like no articulation. And by no, I mean classic 5 points. But anyway, we've got some random hair that looks kind of weird. Here's what the doll is looking like straight out of the box. She looks really cute. Like honestly, she's a cute doll, okay? Mine looks not the greatest. It's got like random, this is like a bad plug. I should probably just pull it out. Let's see. There we go. That's a little bit better. Sometimes when there's bad plugs in the head, I just yank them out because there's no real fixing them. They're always gonna look trashy. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with the top of her head. She's got a really cute hairstyle. I love this so much. It's a high po. It's got a little hair wrap around it, which is precious. No gymnast would actually wear this hairstyle because it would get in the way. They would definitely have a bun or some French braids or something that pulls that hair back. But the thing that we did do back in the early 2000s or late 90s was these little twists. I had a friend that used to do them all back and it looked so good, and I always loved her hair. She had the best hairstyles for gymnastics meets and I was always jealous because my mom couldn't do hair, I couldn't do hair, and she would send me to the babysitter who would give me 2 French braids. That's what my hair looked like at gymnastics meets. But I love this because it is referential to the time period. I don't know that they knew that at the time. They may have just been giving her a fashionable hairstyle, but I love it because it reminds me of the olden days. It looks really pretty. It's in this light brown shade, and I love that light brown shade with this particular Yasmin skin tone. I feel like they've been going a little bit darker with her than they used to. They whitewashed her a little bit, just like they did Jade, but I love this for her, okay? So pretty. The combination is beautiful. Coming on down to the face, she's got some thin, sort of warm toned eyebrows. Wow, they look way less warm toned, not in that light. How interesting. And they've also got that sort of like painterly vibe that a lot of the Bratz eyebrows have been having lately. This particular doll has a beautiful makeup look. I love this so much. It's so pretty, and I love the way it goes with her outfit. But she's got some blue makeup on the lid there, as you can see. The inner corner is sort of a shiny pink, and then there's like a different shade of shiny pink that goes all the way up to the eyebrow. The outer looks purple, but is that just a reflection? No, it fades out to lighter at the edges. Like, that's so beautiful. And once again, another really stunning makeup look on one of these modern Bratz. They are just really killing the face game, like, as far as dolls are concerned. Like, I don't care what you say, we never see another doll brand that has makeup that's as good. We haven't in a really long time. Maybe some of the Rainbow High dolls had some makeup that was cool like this, but I'm living for this. She's just got some really thick black lashes, top and bottom. Her eyes are brown and they've got like a really warm sort of yellow tone in the middle, which is really pretty. I like that a lot. And then the shadow, I love that they do this, is in sort of a purple shade, which I love. Never seen that on any other doll brand before, the shadow being anything but like a blue or a gray. So that's another fun feature. That sort of purpley tone that's shiny carries on under the eye. Yasmin, of course, has her little beauty mark there, which is so cute. The blush on this doll looks really good. I know Drift and Plastic had some trouble with one of theirs, but this one looks nice. It's maybe like a little low, but I feel like it kind of suits the shape of her face. I don't know, I like it. She's got a metallic pink lip with a darker outline. Love that. And then this one has cute little earrings. They're just little studs in a pink shade. Very cool toned pink shade bordering on purple. The outfit, it's so of the period. Like, I'm pretty sure I had a leotard that was similar to this at the time, but my leotard would have been sparkly in some way. I actually kind of prefer this. It's got a swirly whirly pattern on it, which I love. Its base seems to be blue. There's purple swirls and green swirls and pink swirls and white swirls. That's nice. This one has a high neck, which is a staple of sort of an earlier period than the Bratz were in. You saw high neck leotards a lot in the mid to early 90s, not so much in the late 90s, early 2000s. This is coming from a gymnast that was a gymnast during the period. Velcro closure on that, middle of the road Velcro. The pants, which have a few pulls in them, as you can see, which is disappointing that she's new and it has pulls in it. I mean, it's good to know as the consumer that you should probably go in store and check for these dolls so you can get a better quality one than me. Unfortunately, we have no Walmarts and I will never be able to get a doll like this in the city. The pants and the leotard are made out of a similar material. It's like very bathing suit type material, like a spandex, and it's got that sheen to it, which I think is interesting. It's nice, it's unique. The pants are a very cool toned pink bordering on the purple. which you know is Yasmin's color. And then it's got this cute little gymnast. It's not focusing on her. There we go. It's got this cute little gymnast at the top. I love that. I love her. She's so cute. These pants just pull on. The stitching detail on them looks pretty nice. Nothing wrong there. The only issue is this pull here in the front. Her shoes are just these little slides. Gymnasts like don't wear shoes, so I guess these are the ones that she wears just to like go to the gym to work out. They've got a white sole, just a little strap across. There is a lot of painted detail on them, and by a lot I mean there's pink, there's white, and there's silver. But I feel like for a budget doll, that's kind of a lot, if we're being honest. I want to see this Leo without the pants. I just want to know what it looks like. So let's have a look-ski. I'll probably pull these pants further, trying to take them off and put them on. That's also going to be good information for you to have. Let's put her feet back on. I kind of wish she had like bare feet, if I'm honest though. Because like she can't do gymnastics in these slides. Here's what the Leo looks like sans pants. It's really cute. I like it a lot. I think it looks really good. And of course she stuck her landing, so she's saluting the judges. That's what you do. You've seen it. When people make fun of gymnastics, this is the thing that they do. As far as the hair is concerned, it's totally soft until it gets to the very bottom, and then of course there's just chunks of glue, gluey gel in there, so she's gonna need a hair wash before we can put her in the bag. I'm gonna throw her pants back on. We'll talk about final thoughts. You know what? I'm not gonna put the pants back on because I gotta get her naked again to wash her hair, and I'm kind of trashing them as I put them on, and I don't want to like totally destroy them. So let's just put her shoes back on. We'll do final thoughts without the pants, and then we'll see her in her full glory and how bad the pants look when we put her in the Ita bag. So final thoughts on this one. Obviously overall not my favorite experience. We've got some quality issues. The biggest one being that the pants are massively pulled and they're brand new. Now, the texture of these legs and the texture of these pants don't seem to like go well together. So I just feel like that might be a nature of the beast. If somebody else got this doll and have removed and put on the pants and had a similar issue, I'd love to know that in the comments down below. The other thing I've just noticed, you can't really tell on camera, are that her feet are sort of a different skin tone than the rest of her. That's another issue. I know they have trouble matching the Yasmins. There tends to be a discrepancy in the face and the body with them. And this one, really her head and her body match pretty well, but her feet do seem to be a slightly different skin tone. The hair had some like hair plug issues. Like I didn't like the way that looked that much. I'm hoping that I can kind of sort it out when I wash it. We'll find out. I like the style of this outfit. I feel like it's like very sort of 90s gymnast, which is exactly what I was, so it's exactly what I was looking for. I also wish that she literally didn't have shoes, but I think that maybe other people would feel different. I don't so much like the accessories either, so I feel like we're kind of like looking at more negatives than positives on this one. I do like the face. I like the hairstyle. I like that she is a gymnast. I like the color palette that they chose. The design is nice, but it's the quality bringing her down for me. And I did pay about the same for this doll as I did a Scorch and Brat. And I feel like the quality and detail in those is so much higher than this. So I mean, like probably like from my experience with this and also what I've seen on Dripped in Plastic, maybe wouldn't recommend. Like save your money, try a different Brat because there's so many releases and most of them are so good. If you want a budget one, get the Scorchin'. If you want any Brat, a different Brat. Maybe you just want to go back and get the originals. I don't know. I feel like the more I think about her, the more I think she's a disappointment. What would you score her? I know they don't score gymnastics out of 10 anymore, but like how many out of 10? What would you give her? What would her score be? She just did her floor routine and this is what she looks like, and she was also wearing these pants even though she never would in a gymnastics meet. What would you score her out of 10? Put your answers in the comment section down below. I'm gonna go ahead and wash her hair, let her dry overnight, and then we'll take a look at the display in the Ita bag. It'll be an eternity for me and 1 second for you. See ya later. Hello everyone and welcome to the flip side. As you can see in the frame here, we've got my Ita bag and we'll go through a little bit what's inside. We've also got this. She's just a baby and she doesn't want to get off the couch, so we're not gonna make her do that. So as you can see, we've got Sasha in the bag right now. I really like this Sasha, but I feel like she doesn't really go with the rest of my Bratz display. So I've been carrying her in this bag, but we're gonna remove her for now. But she's enjoyed being in my bag and now it's time to move on. I've got a really sad looking pin display and I displayed it like this because the hair on the Sasha was covering them all up. But I've got my New York Doll Con pin, this friendly uterus pin, and the ovaries also are quite friendly. None of this is friendly inside of my body. This was actually designed by my friend Amy. I'm gonna link some of her socials down below because she does really interesting stuff. She's Broadway's knitter at present, and in addition to being Broadway's knitter, she works with a lot of celebrity clients. She worked on this outfit from Chapel Roan from the Met Gala. She did all the beading on it, or she worked on all the beading on it. I think there were multiple people working on it. So she's a cool girl, really like her. We've got this pin that was given to me by a guy that I worked with on my last show. It says Demonic Possession, and it's like a little creature with a little trinket. This is me, this is my trinket, okay? We've got Princess Carolyn, of course, from BoJack Horseman, my favorite television show. And this one says, get your shit together, which is something I relate to on a deep level. Of course, my favorite actress, writer, director, Elaine May, Tammy Faye, because she's an icon, and then a classic, BoJack. And then we've got First Black Barbie pin here. This was like just sent to me for free with a doll that I bought at some point. And then this cute little pin that I think came with a Kika Goods order, maybe? Don't know, but I love her. We've also got a key ring here, and this is designed by my friend and doll maker, Ethereal Girl BJD. That's like a doll foot from one of her dolls in a shoe she designed. That came with my Ethereal Girl BJD. Love that. So that's my bag. We're gonna slip the pins back in, and we're gonna put her in there. And I want her to be like that because she's a gymnast, obviously. I want to update you on her situation. So I thought maybe because there was like an original run in here, this side would run more, just by nature of how running works. But as you can see, now there's some on this side that weren't there before, and a little bit up here. And that was literally created just by pulling the pants off of her and putting them back on. I personally feel like this doll is not worth your time and money. Like if you're looking for a Bratz, and you're looking for a budget Bratz, the Scorchin dolls are incredible. They have high quality clothes. My clothes are holding up just fine. I've removed them a few times. And this girl just isn't giving what they're giving. Of course, I do like the face and the hairstyle. And if this wasn't a gymnastics doll, I wouldn't have it in my hands right now. So that's just the information from me on the Play Sports line. This is the only one I have. It's the only one I'll ever get. I'm not super interested in anymore. The hair turned out nice. There were like a couple of misplaced plugs in it that had some like ratty ends. I literally just ripped them out of her head. I just like twisted her little ponytail tie around to make it look a little nicer. And she's in fine condition to be essentially like a bag charm, and that's what she's gonna be. So let's put her in here and adjust some pins and see what we come out with. The feet are gonna end up turning, they kind of always do, but that's cute. I feel like I could get a couple more pins in here actually. But you know what? Maybe the uterus can move down. The problem with a bag like this is once it's got holes in this cardboard, they stay forever. Yeah, I think that balances it out a little bit better. Maybe BoJack needs to move, or she can just cover BoJack's hand. Let's see what she looks like zipped up in there. Yeah, I think that's cute. I think that's the best I'm gonna do. The feet will turn just by nature of carrying a bag with the plastic mashed against the feet. I like it. I feel like she goes color story with the bag really nicely, so that's nice. I will model this bag for you so you can see, and if you're wondering, I did buy this off of Amazon. If it's still available, I'll link it down below. I like this one because it's like the perfect size pocket for a doll. just the ultimate pocket size if you'd like to carry a doll with you all the time, like I do. And so that's gonna be the final product for today. Overall, this brat isn't impressive. She's not worth your money. Save it for a different brat, unless there was like a childhood sport that's nostalgic for you and you have to have a Bratz doll that goes with that sport, like me and this one. It's not a collection I'd invest in, I guess is what I'm saying. Let me hop up and model this bag for you. Please excuse the lighting in my terribly dark apartment, but here is what the bag looks like on. I think it's super cute. I love having her with me. She's like, you know, a nostalgic piece. Not a quality piece, but a nostalgic piece. What do you think? Do you think she's cute? Do you like her in the bag? How do you feel about these dolls? Do you think they're worth the money? I just think you can get so much more in other lines from Bratz. If you made it this far in the video, put a sport emoji down below. Any sport you like. And we hope you have a wonderful time. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time. And make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss my super secret Labubu reveal. Goodbye!